All right, look, don't just market your business when you need new leads and when you need new customers. Instead, market your business consistently so you never run out of leads and new customers to sell to. Because at the end of the day, most people think that having the pretty brand and having a pretty logo and the beautiful website matters. And I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter as much as having new leads consistently coming into the business and buying from you. Because at the end of the day, that's what truly makes a sale happen. But they both work with each other. So having new lead generation and taking care of that system as priority matters more than just looking pretty online, because it's like watering a plant. You always want to water that plant consistently so that it keeps growing and growing and growing. And then you can chop the dead leaves and then you can maintain it, which is the branding. Then you can maintain it how you have to so it keeps going, right? But it doesn't grow without you watering the plant first, because at the end of the day, that is lead generation in the business. And most cases, most people don't want to run ads and burn their money because they know that they just don't want to burn their money. But when you got great content and you're positioned correctly, consistently, and you're building trust in your market, and then you start to put gas on the fire, you throw gas on the fire, and now you're able to just be everywhere. And you're able to retarget those people that watch your stuff. Now, having those two mixed in, great content with great ads and a solid sales process, now you're able to actually convert leads into new customers predictably. And that's where the real kicker comes in. You never want to just advertise when you want more leads. You want to keep advertising consistently with new content and new ads so that you never run out of leads and you never go dry. Because at the end of the day, what matters is lead generation. That's what's truly going to get you new sales. And in most cases, most people really don't know how to turn on the lead generation machine and turn it off whenever they get too busy. They don't know how to have those systems in place so they never run out of leads. And really, one thing I want to get in your head is that lead generation is a priority compared to just looking pretty online. Because if you think about it, most companies that never run out of sales and companies that are always in business and they're always busy, what they're doing compared to most that aren't is they're always putting things out there as far as content goes, as far as ads go. They're always consistent with that front end side of things so that their back end never gets dried up. And it really just comes down to systems thinking, logical thinking, meaning all the inputs that come in will determine what outputs go out. Meaning, if you have solid inputs coming in, it is predictable that you will have a solid output going out. What do I mean by this? If you have traffic coming in and the process of the traffic coming in and then that being converted into a lead, that's now the output, you have a predictable system of lead generation because the input that is coming in and it's converting with the process in between, and the output that goes out is a new customer as a result. Then if you can do that again and again and again, why would you just put $1 in to convert into $5? At that point, put $10 in and convert it into $50, because you have a predictable process of turning traffic into leads that then later on turns into a customer. Most people can't think this logically. They think that, oh, because the guy on YouTube said that I got to have a pretty website in order to actually convert traffic into leads and then into customers, that's what I have to do. Well, you have to know that you can't do that if you can't do this at first. If you can't convert that traffic into new leads and customers, then you can't do that in the back end. It's very systemized thinking to be able to convert $1 into 10 or into even more if you have the right systems in place. But you can't do that without the right front end system. Most people don't know how to convert leads into customers or convert traffic into leads. They think that just because they can advertise on Facebook or Google Ads, that magically they will be able to convert traffic into new customers. But They're wrong, because without knowing how to actually do that and knowing the logic behind it and how it actually works, how that process works, they can't do that without actually doing the right thing when the traffic comes in. Because it's like saying, I will know how to drive a car, but not be taught how to drive it, not going through the process of learning how to drive a car. It's like saying, I would know how to drive a car by simply stepping into the car and getting behind the wheel. But if you don't know how to drive a car, then you're gonna crash that car, not knowing how to actually drive it. So how do you learn how to drive a car? Well, you gotta go through this process. You gotta know the right things. What is the gas and what is the brake? Because if you don't know that, then you will crash, right? Same with the system that generates you new leads. You gotta know how it works in order to have the right things in place. And when you're able to have the right things in place, then it's logical thinking. The inputs will give me this result if I have the right thing in between. If you have any questions as far as lead generation and how to generate new leads from your traffic that you have online on your Instagram or let's say all your social media pages, let me know and I'm more than happy to tailor something down to your specific needs. All right, good luck.